Hey, everybody. Gavin, John F., and I got together to talk about the Lemonheads, and afterwards, we talked about double records, long records. How do we feel about them?
I was thinking about this my friends and I are like, who are inspired, all my old friends, who love all this old weird
Did you
music.
grow up in Boston? Did you like?
No,
were you
I,
in this?
I didn't. I grew up in like the Bay Area in California.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but we're gonna do like a deprogrammed in our backyard, like, and do the Clash and just have like a barbecue and have people over and everybody brings their lists and like
Can I
it's gonna be
come?
really fun. And like play the Clash like in the backyard, you know. But I was thinking, so while I was thinking about that, I was thinking about it'd be fun to just focus on Sandinista
Ooh.
because it's such a maligned album and it has like fucking, I don't know, whatever, 40 songs on it or
Yeah.
something like that. And like
32 or something. Yeah.
it's such a divisive record for the Clash.
Oh, I love
It'd
it
be
so
fun
much.
to just pick Sandinista and try to come up with like a single great record off that list of songs, you know? Um,
You're gonna have to invite me now. Like I'm gonna have to be
yeah,
there.
right? Because there's so many wild cards.
I
on
love that record
record.
so much. It's that might be like London Calling is like a top 5 record all time for me, but Sandinista is right there as well.
Yeah,
Like
and
like
Sandinista's
once a year,
so
twice a year, I just sit down and listen to it front
That's
to back.
great. It's so
Yeah.
interesting. It's so
Yeah.
interesting. And there's so much like real trash on there. I don't know if you call it trash. There's so many missed experiments on there, like misfires, and then so many gems that are like
Oh,
hidden
yeah, it's
that you're
amazing.
just like, oh my God. So that would be kind of fun to see if we could come up with like the perfect single album, what Sandinista could have been.
Sure.
Or, I don't know. That'd be
Sure.
kind of fun.
I had my friend Bob, you did Murder City Devils with, John.
Mm-hmm.
He used to forever give me crap about how long Melancholy and Infinite Sadness was. And first of all, sir, you are wrong. You're incorrect. But he approached me with, because like I was like, well, what the hell songs do you cut? Like I don't understand this. This doesn't make sense to me. And he then presented me with like, I think it was a 13 song list. I'm like, no. I mean, that doesn't work. I mean, especially now. But dude, that sounds like a blast. Like the idea of trimming it to something that is a little bit more palatable, I guess would be the word.
Yeah, I think you'd have to pick the number of
Yeah.
songs. Well, I guess you could do 10, like you normally do.
Yeah. You
That would
could.
be fun.
Weren't you, Gavin? Weren't you signed up for Minutemen too? Aren't we gonna do
I don't know
Minutemen?
if I'm signed up for the Minutemen, but I would rock the Minutemen.
Yeah. I think I remember you had signed up for that one.
I'll have to take
That
a
would be
peek.
great.
On the topic of double albums and in songs or albums with like lots and lots of songs, can you think of other ones that could benefit from being trimmed down?
Ooh.
Other records?
Yeah, other double records.
The one that comes to mind for me immediately is "Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me" by The Cure. I was a big Cure fan, and I fucking hate that record, and everybody loves it. And that record's mostly a bunch of shit. But I think you could make like a decent EP out of that record. That would be a fun record for me to trim.
What about you, John?
Let me think about this one, man. Whew.
Well, I guess while you're thinking, like, what are your thoughts,
Yeah.
generally speaking, about a double record? Like, does that excite you usually, or does it turn you off?
Well, I mean, the reputation is that they're, bloated and kind of overwrought, and the result of like ego overrunning, everything, and like by the time someone gets to that, then like they don't have anyone around them to tell them like, no, you should cut these songs. Like the Foo Fighters one where it's the half electric, half acoustic one.
Yeah.
Like there's so much filler on that record. Like, but a lot of the stuff, like, some of the longer records, especially, it was really the CD era, in the starting in kind of the mid 90s, where all of a sudden, instead of, 44 minutes on an LP, you could have 80 minutes on a CD. So you had these kind of albums that would go on for just ever. Uh, it's hard to think of one off the top of my head. I mean, I can I'm thinking about, Pearl Jam, obviously, because I talk about them every week on the other show. But they never really did that. They never really fell, victim to that. We're going to do a double record thing. Like they were smart and had people around them. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Well, double nickels on the dime is like a fucking the Minutemen double record where every song is a killer, dude.
That and Zen Arcade too. Like Zen Arcade is one of my top 5.
Long. It's like there's 100 great songs on that record.
Yeah. You absolutely cannot get rid of anything off of there.
Yeah, that's an incredible double album.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this before we move on to another topic. What is the magic number on a record? Do you think it exists?
No, I think it's more time. I think, if you can stick to that 40 to 45 minutes, that kind of LP length, I think that's kind of the golden, the golden ratio of songs. And, depends on the band, like once you get to a certain point, someone like Radiohead, someone like the Smashing Pumpkins in the mid 90s, someone like Pearl Jam in the mid to late 90s, like give us all the songs, man, because they're at such a peak. Like when that band hits that peak and they've got it going, then it feels like they can do no wrong. Let me hear all of that stuff, But once you get past that point, then it starts to get like watered down a little bit, and then you have to be like, oh, okay. Like we've kind of jumped the shark here a little bit.
Jumping sharks indeed. Don't jump the shark. Don't cut the records. Let's accept the double records. That's what I'm saying. Hey, if you'd like to hear the rest of that conversation, it's After the Fact number 118. You can get that at patreon.com/oh hi Justin. Pledge $1, gets you in the door, gets you all the After the Facts, gets you deprogrammed before the rest of the world, all sorts of other perks. Also, if you'd like to hear our conversation on the Lemonheads, it will be the next one on this feed, so just go forward one episode and push play.